Hey y'all, what's poppin'? Happy Saturday. I am the hostess of Ladies Night on Knowledge and Relationships. I am joined by my wonderful queen sister, Mrs. M3. How you doing, ma'am?
Good. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Nice to see y'all. Well, we are here.
Okay.
Knowledge and Relationships Ladies Night.
Yes. So I want to acknowledge Marcus, who always comes through and shows us the love, and of course our moderators in the background, who I call our security. Uh,
Mr.
so
G4, what it do? Hey.
But Marcus, don't be laughing at my thumbnail. Okay, look, this is ladies' night. We're gonna sip and chat, vibe check and all that. So before the title is Woman to Woman, Girlfriend to Girlfriend. We are our own worst enemy. And so we're gonna dig a little deeper into that. And this is a space for women to look, we're gonna have to put on we're gonna reach back in the drawer, ladies, and get that 6 pack a pair of panties. The not the cute.
Good. Look,
Yeah, them panties. Put
the
them
big
bad
girl
boys.
draws on.
Oh, we're gonna let Victoria keep her secrets, and we're gonna have to, eat this word called accountability, ladies. I watched an Instagram little clip. It was a comedy clip. It was set up like the Fear Factor. And so this guy was like, "Ladies, you ready for your next challenge?" They're like, "Yeah, come on, let's go." And so he took the cloth off this table, and the word was accountability. All the women were like, "Oh no, I
Ouch.
don't want to do that." And one lady was like, "I'm out." So, ladies, we're gonna have to eat some accountability tonight, and and talk about why do we do things to each other, to ourselves, and everything in between. Now, I gotta give this disclaimer: if you don't have a uterus, please sit back and chill and listen. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it once. Again, we got security in the building, so enter at your own risk. Okay. Anyhow, we're gonna keep this thing moving. So because it's sip and chat, want to check, what you're sipping on. So look, I got my big old hydro flask.
Hey.
Got a
No.
little ice and water.
We are not plugged for the commercial, but this is my Spindrift unsweetened raspberry lime water,
Okay, we
sparkling
staying
water.
hydrated up here because we're gonna need. I'm sure our mouth gonna get a little dry talking about us, sharing some truths and all that jazz. Gotta give a shout out to Princess K. She be coming through with the comments, girl. I can't wait to hear what you got for us tonight. She says, "Hey, ladies, I'm listening, and hello to the chat." All right, so we sent some invites to other ladies, so we hope that more people pop through. Princess K, you're always part of the team, the Queen's Court. So come on up when you get ready. So first we're gonna do a vibe check with a icebreaker. I try to keep things fun and light, to kind of loosen us up before we get to the main topic. Okay, let's talk about. And I write stuff down, then of course I can't find my own notes. Okay, so Victoria's Secret. She got all these little cute little stuff and all that. And then some smell goods and stuff. So, what are some of your Victoria's Secrets that you try to keep hidden? We're gonna keep it clean and classy though. It's still kind of early on a Saturday.
What you asking? What you asking?
What is one of Victoria's or yours hidden secret? Hidden secrets. Since we're keeping her locked away in the closet tonight, because we got to put on a big girl panties today. So
Secrets. Secrets
something that you
like
can share, like I don't know,
knowledge secrets,
a guilty little
relationship secrets.
pleasure,
What
a
kind of
guilty little
secrets?
pleasure, something you might not just talk about in everyday conversation, but it's not something that's going to get you locked up, like get you, just something. Let's just say a guilty little pleasure. I'm
Food
gonna leave it.
secrets. I like to eat apple fritters, but I try to stay away from donuts. What else?
Are they kind
Um,
of? They're not one and the same, aren't they? Similar.
well, yeah, it's a donut. But if you know me, people that know me that are watching right now, or if they watch the replay later, like, what? No, you don't. I do. I just don't eat them all the time, but I like them. I like apple fritters. I used to not, but that's like, yeah, every once in a while on the way to work, I'll get one. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
because I'm all about like healthy. If I could be a fruitarian, I would be a fruitarian. But I like
okay.
meat, so you know,
Gotta find your balance.
yes. But
Gotta
yeah,
find
that's one thing. Like you'll see me snacking on fruit, especially summer fruit, like all the time. Um, but yeah, those that see me with the donut are like, hi, you know. um, but that's not
right.
all the time because I just, yeah, I try not to do that to myself. My weight goes straight to my hips every time. So
Um,
yeah.
so yeah. Okay. Thank you for
Um,
sharing one of your little guilty
if that could be
pleasures.
one, if that could be one, that
Okay,
is a
go ahead. You
secret
got
I
some
have.
more you want to share?
Um, no, not right now. How about you? What are your
Okay.
secrets?
Okay. So my little not so secrets, I guess. Okay. While I am on a more health conscious journey, drinking more smoothies with extra nutrients and supplements and stuff. I love a good chewy fruity candy. Like I know it's 100% sugar and flavor, but lately Laffy Taffies, and I get the little bite size ones or whatever
And it
size.
comes along with the jokes, right? It's got the riddles, you know?
Yes, so I can eat at least before my teeth start hurting. At least five, and I know there's probably too many at one time. Yeah, like I don't need to buy a big bag of candy because yeah, chocolate I'm weaning off of. I'm really good on chocolate. I can do it out, but like gummy bears, Laffy Taffy, chewy, fruity stuff. Tootsie Roll make these little fruities or whatever. Yeah, those are my weakness too. So yeah.
I snacked on one of those today, the lemon one. But those aren't my secret. People see me eating chewy candy all the time. But, I mean, as often as I eat them, not every day. But I did
Well,
have
I
one today
swirl.
because we went to the flea market, and it was a new flea market that we hadn't been to before, and they were handing out these flyers, if you want to sell your house, if you want to do this, and it came with a little, the chewy, fruity Tootsie Roll.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so I want to give a shout out to Wally. Hi, Wally. He says salute to Kay and our crew in chat. Cool gamer, hello everybody. Night boss says yes, get those likes up. Please subscribe. Thank anybody that's tuned in. Just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That's all you got to do. Sit back and chill with us. And we're finna get into this chat. One and Princess K says I had a not so tame answer at first, but I'll just say, I can't stand chocolate, but I'm crazy for toffee. I had to restrain myself because I can eat it daily. Wow. And toffee's one of those. Don't it get stuck everywhere? Like it's got a chewy, crunchy, some kind of texture to it. Does a toffee have a different texture that gets stuck everywhere in your teeth?
Yeah, it's like the caramel,
Oh,
right? The caramel is soft, and the caramel is the one that's like it gets stuck really easy. They're
girl, I'm
both
from the South.
sticky.
We just say current caramel. We just say what?
Caramel, they add milk, right? And
Oh,
caramel is just the butter and the sugar, caramelized sugar.
you
Caramel, they add
educated me.
milk, I think, to soften it. That square, Brock's used to make,
Mm-mm.
yeah,
Oh, that's the other thing I cannot buy
church
in
candy.
abundance.
Church candy. Keep the kids quiet here. Yeah, candy. We're almost done. 4 hours
Okay.
later, you go home.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Oh God. So Princess K says no, she likes hard toffee. Okay. She said a good toffee crumbles in your mouth. Toffee is what caramel. I'm Southern, y'all. Forgive me. Caramel wishes it could be. Okay, girl. That's what I'm talking about. Here's in Wally says church candy. You know them old. I'm reaching that older lady. That is. Well, I keep the peppermints and that red candy that nobody like anyway.
No, keep those cinnamon things. No, thank you. Give me peppermint and coffee or caramel any day.
And butterscotch. You can't forget butterscotch. All right, y'all. I promise we're gonna get into this conversation. And the Princess K says, "Yep, those fruit candies and cinnamon candies. Most of the church like to pass out." Yes, ma'am. All right. So again, y'all who missed it from the beginning, the topic is woman to woman. We are our own worst enemy. Okay, so I want to start out by asking, what is something you have encountered or witnessed when it comes to women not being not so kind to each other? Or I mean, or have
Where do I
you? I don't
start?
know. That's the question.
Not so kind to each other. Let me start with me. My feelings get
Okay.
hurt. I'm not talking to you. That's me.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay.
and it's a weird thing because I'm not a person that likes to talk on the phone all the time. I like in-person activity. So
Okay.
if I'm not calling somebody, they might even not realize they've hurt my feelings because they should understand. Like they know me, then they should know they hurt my feelings. And they're like, oh, I haven't heard from that person in a while, but I don't call on the phone all the time. We just like see each other, we hang out. So yeah, starting with me, I think that's something that I live to work on because it's easy to get to that place where I'm done. That hurt. And I'll say it maybe once or twice. And after that, I'm done. Um,
Okay.
but how women hurt each other in general, man, where do you want to look? Workplace hurt, like everybody is about the business of success and
Hmm.
accolades. And if there's anything that I've really been unappreciative of in the workplace with women, it can be uh, there on my job. There are specific people that I will not email without a BCC to those that are above us. I'll put
Oh
it that
wow.
way. Because if it's anything between me and those particular individual females, it can be taken out of context, shared with somebody else, and put in a bad light. So here, I'm going to let your words speak for you because then
Okay.
it's not hearsay. It's not something that I've said that you've done. They see it for themselves. So yeah,
Okay.
that's me. That's who I am. That's how I operate. That's how I've learned to operate. Because you can say all day until you're blue in the face, this is this, and it's your word against theirs. Well, here, their words are speaking for them. You can see like I can see. What do you take from it? I don't have to say anything, you know? Um, yeah,
Alrighty.
those are,
So
yeah, me and how I operate, how I move. There's work that can be done there, you know?
okay. So Priest's case is everything from clothes to simple jealousy, making a woman feel bad for pleasing her man, talking off the top of their mouth, yeah, shady, not so secretive looks in front of you. Um, there's, oops, sorry. There's friendship hurt, workplace hurt, church hurt, family hurt, etc.
I
Yes,
was
to
like,
be
where do you want us to start?
okay. So we're gonna get into that. So of course, y'all know I do my reading and research and pull inspiration from other sources because I'm like, I'm not the only person feeling like this. I'm not the only person that has these thoughts and these questions. And so I found this one article. Um, it talks about female betrayal, 3 reasons women hurt each other. And so one of the biggest ones is envy. We see another woman, instead of complimenting her or asking, how did you do that? How did you get that? What can I do? Approaching a simple way, we get envious and jealous and we come up with lies and rumors. I've actually seen that happen. There was a time in my life, I was visiting a friend. Okay, I live in one city. I was visiting a friend in another city. Both of us were single at the time. My kid was where he stayed with his grandmother a lot because she wanted him over, and he wanted to go over there. So I'm like, okay, free weekend. And so people assumed I was going to this other city for other reasons. The rumor that got around got back to my pastor, and my pastor and his wife called me in their office, and he said, we heard you've been going to XYZ place because you've been making money. I'm like, what? I said, if I've been making money in that manner, why am I still struggling to pay my bills? They just, whoever this person was found out. Well, I found out whoever this person was jealous of a friendship I had with someone that she had a connection with as well. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, why would you? And then there was some other rumors that would start about things I said about my pastor in my church. I'm like, anybody who knows me knows that it's not my character. I'm like, and for my pastor to question me without the other person, like without even telling, it was just a whole mess. And I was really hurt behind it. Like, y'all questioning me, y'all should know me
Hmm.
better than that. I've been in this church for X number of years. My son has been raised in this church, and you think I would do something like that? I'm not messy like that. So yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
like, I respect my body, first of all. You should know, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So that
hard.
was hurtful, and messy. So I don't know why. So the person envied or hated on, as the young people would say, my friendship and connection with this one person. She needs to worry about why they're not as close, instead of worried about me. So, and we do that to each other. We could not like somebody for really no reason because
Mm-hmm.
someone else said so. Or, I mean, there's so many different petty reasons that
Yeah,
people cannot like each other.
hmm,
Um,
that's true. I think that kind of ties into like when you have a relationship and then someone like the love triangle, and the girls are mad at each other, but the truth is the guy is kind of letting the two of them go at it when he's the one they're both thinking of as the prize, right?
mm,
Like, first handle it there with the guy, because the girl, after, she doesn't matter in the whole equation if the guy likes you enough, right?
yes,
But if he is stringing both of y'all along, that's the only reason there's still beef with the two women, right? So in your situation with the best friend, like, you're right, like, figure out for yourself what's wrong with you and that person. I have nothing to do with that.
yeah,
Like, that's not. about me. That's nothing about me. That's you and our mutual friend. That's it. Go over there and figure that out. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one moment I can recount. Um, Princess K says, I think most hurt I get comes from women I don't talk to. Now, that's really sad. I have a neutral perspective with things usually. If you ask for my opinion, I'll give it. But then they get mad as a result. Ooh, yes. People don't want to hear it. They want to hear
You
what they want
asked.
to
I
hear.
mean, you wanted to hear it. Maybe you wanted her to agree with you, but you asked. So, right?
Okay. Yes. And that leads into her next comment. I'm not going to say you're doing right just because I'm a woman. I'll hold you up to your stuff because I'm a woman. There's that accountability again. We have to, as much as we brag on each other, compliment each other, we have to still be willing to call each other out on our stuff. Like, girl, that was not nice. That was not right. Even when it comes to our clothes, the color is cute, the dress is cute, but have you considered another size, another style, another shape, another, like, you could tell someone that something doesn't look nice on them without completely tearing them down. So
Girl, yes.
there's,
And tell them before you tell 50 million other people. Because
yes,
that's the other part. That's just hurtful. They don't want to hear from you. By then you told everybody else they got back to them already that you said whatever you said. Okay. Now they're
yes,
like,
ma'am.
yeah, thanks.
You supposed to be my friend. Like, what happened with that?
Thanks.
Um,
But done, you know?
and I've seen
Yeah.
many videos on Instagram where women, like, someone's videoing them from behind, and you see the other women around just laughing and giggling instead of, like, sis, XYZ, whatever the case may be. Like, there's several where, sometimes I've never worn heels. So I never had this problem. But you see women in heels, and if it's a cheaper shoe, like, the heel will be kind of leaning or bent, or, and especially if you are a certain weight or height, the shoe is just may not be sturdy. It just may not be for
Ooh,
you.
even expensive shoes, if you're overweight, that's just how it's gonna do. Unless you have another pair or, a shoe repairs person is gonna do that. Yeah.
And
It's
so
gonna
instead of people telling this woman, baby, have you considered another shoe? Like, do you have some more shoes with you, or are you okay? Like, we would
shoe
rather
shopping.
laugh.
Time to go shoe shopping.
Let me take you to the store I know. Um, we would rather video and point fingers and laugh versus trying to help somebody out. In cases like that.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so Princess K also says, "This is why she need to be in the chat and be in the panel. And I won't involve myself in gender wars. Some of the women act betrayed if you don't immediately poke fingers at the men. But I see bad and good on both sides. No one is free from fault." Very true.
Mhm.
um,
Oh,
you want to talk on that one?
right.
Oh, we lost her real quick. She'll be back. Um, so Princess K also says, case in point, I just lost a friend. She kissed a girl when we were out dancing. Her man found out and cheated. She was pissed and said he cheated, but I told her, yeah, he did, but you started it first. Hmm, okay. Okay, let me get her back.
Me? Can you see me?
Okay, yes, you're back.
Sorry about that. I went swipe left because their messages keep popping up on the thing, and
Oh,
I
okay.
swiped myself right out of
Oh, no, don't do
the
that.
frame. Well,
Okay. All right. So Princess K also says, so I don't know if you missed the last. She said, case in point, oops, I just lost a friend. She kissed a girl when we were out dancing. Can you read that, please?
her man found out and cheated. She was pissed and said he cheated, but I told her, yeah, he did, but you started it first. Oh, come on.
What happened now?
I keep swiping this thing. You can. I'm not answering them. I'm swiping away. Can you hear me? I hear
I
you.
know.
Okay. Mario's telling me stop answering my text message. I'm not answering them. Okay. Let me see. Can I get back? That was crazy. Okay. Um. And she said, I told her that she was wrong. She said she didn't cheat because she's not into girls. Yeah, you kissed a girl. I said that was the most stupid reason I'd heard recently, especially because guys, a lot of men, physical touch is like a real connection for them, right? So if they see you and you're putting your lips on somebody else, especially your lips to lip with somebody else, that can be considered cheating for them because they're very physical people, physical, visual, physical, hand holding, kissing, those things. You know, he probably
I
was
see.
like, what else would she do? I'm present and she kissed a girl. What would she do if I'm not present? I'm thinking that's probably where his mind went.
Yeah, very much so. And then just want to say hello to Well Runs Black. Hi, beautiful women in chat. Hello to you. And Nightbot, thank you for just get the likes up, subscribe, and help us reach over 1,000 subscribers. Share it on your social media platforms. And if you're feeling generous, make a donation as well. Help keep the channel going so we can continue to bring you engaging content every day of the week, almost every day of the week. All right,
Yes,
so
please.
all right, so also when it comes to envy, so with each of these different points that I'm going to make, well, we point out the issue. Now, there's also a counterpart, so we can also do work and I dare say fix, but adjust um, how we interact with each other. So instead of being envious, we need to try to figure out, okay, what is it within me? How can I figure out to get where they are, what they have, without coming across as being jealous and trying to come up with devious ways to get what they have. Let
Ooh,
me just simply ask, how did you do
I
that? Where did you get that from? How,
I admire this about you, right?
yes,
Hmm. Yeah.
yes,
When
yes, ma'am.
people, when you come to people with that, they're more likely to be like, "Hey, let me share with you. This is what I do." Especially if their heart and their mind is for like, let's see and raise up others because not just one person can get this, everybody can get this. But,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the time, the first thing that we're met with is the envy,
Mm-hmm.
the backbiting, the um, how many people did this person step on to get where they're at or sleep with, or all those negative things that you see on TV and movies and such.
Yep.
And you're like, if you were with me in the struggle, you would know how hard that I worked, that I did what such and such and so. And now I've arrived. This is the part of my life where I've arrived, but you didn't see all the struggle back there. And the ones
Baby.
that did, they're not envious. They're like applauding, like, "Phew, you made it," you know? But
Yeah.
then, there are those that they just only see the success. And then there's the envy and the backbiting and the this, the that, and the name calling. And people that know you, they're going to stand up for you. People that don't know you, they're like looking at you side eyed. Isn't this person
Mm-hmm.
supposed to know you best? Like, I just met you 2 days ago,
Right.
kind of thing. So that's unfortunate, and it happens. Not just girls and not just women or females, but it happens with guys too. It
Yes,
happens.
ma'am.
Not
So
just
this
girls are
is
like, you know, not just girls.
that's right. And so these other two I want to mention, other 2 points, they don't fall directly under envy, but there's some points I want to make sure to make and definitely get your input on it. Okay, so and again, fellas, hear me, listen. I'm not coming for you. I'm stating some facts, some observations. I'm not coming for you. But if you feel a way, you're more than welcome after our time to come and express yourself. Okay. Alrighty. So, as we know, this country, in essence, was set up in a as male being male dominant, and women have had to try to work together to accomplish some things, um, to just even find our place. This is not about women's lib. So please, y'all, please hear me when I say this. I'm not speaking about women's liberation, feminism, things of that nature. I'm just speaking of, we know men owned property, men owned businesses, men ran the world. And for a while, women have been trying to find their place. And once we do
It's
get in,
there's a name for it.
huh,
It's called patriotism.
there
The
you
male
go.
dominant way that our nation was set up is patriotism.
Thank you. I want to make sure I didn't. I was thinking it. I didn't want to say it wrong because that's me. But thank you for that. And so, once a woman does make her way into, say, a big Fortune 500 company, it's like she gets there and forgets the struggles and hurdles, and then she tries to keep another woman down, at least just getting in from the ground floor to work their way up the ladder. And it's like we need to be better than that towards each other. And again, this attitude and mindset, it crosses all ethnic lines. This is not a black woman thing, a white woman thing, Asian, all us. We can be evil and devious towards each other. We can try to hold each other back. I got mine, good luck to you. Not knowing that just as quick as you got that position, maybe you can be chopped down and let go and just the same at the same time, in the same breath. Um, so we need to do better by each other, women. When you look at not all, the movements and the protests and the fights for certain rights, women are leading those fights for a good portion of them. So, women, we play a vital role in this country, in this nation, this world. Um, but we can't do anything when we're not working together. If we're constantly cutting each other down, tearing each other apart, we cannot get anything accomplished. Um, we're the ones that bear the children, raise the children. Why are we not looking out for each other? Why are we not having um, that village mentality when it comes to helping each other? And so, I mean, the list goes on and on. Someone gets married, someone buys a house. We should be celebrating instead of tearing each other down and being jealous again, envious of what someone else has. Someone gets married, we should be right there, their biggest supporter. Now, we might have some things to say about the man, of course, but we should not be so hateful and so whatever that we try to push a wedge in between them and break up that relationship because we're unhappy. So anyway, I'm sorry I'm running my mouth. Go ahead, Mrs. M3, insert.
Oh, you're doing great. I don't there's nothing to insert. I think that's you hit it spot on. Um, you know, encouraging each other. Um, this is the thing that I think gets in the way, and that is selfish ambition, right? Because
Mhm.
you have two headstrong women, they could be best friends. They're going to encourage one another along the way, right? But what
Mhm.
if, even in that friendship, one of them sees their journey going in a different trajectory, but the other one feels like, I'm on this path and I need you to go this path with me. But without thinking, maybe it's going to deter you, take you away from, stop you from meeting your goals, your dreams. But I need your help. Come with me this way, and then we'll take care of whatever it is that you're doing. There's always, even with best friendships, there's always that give and take. But sometimes there's a taker that doesn't
Yeah.
give, and there's a path where the person who's giving realizes, if I keep giving in this way, I'm going to miss out on my opportunity. Maybe it's a marriage. Maybe it's somebody they like. It could be a business opportunity. It could be, you know, an opportunity to branch out or grow other relationships. That person that's the taker doesn't always see how they're swaying someone else's life
Mm,
and lifestyle. And
that's right.
that's a part of selfish ambition. And it's like, but this person loves me, so they're going to keep doing these things for me. But when they don't, then that person feels hurt, they feel neglected, they feel left out. But that's not what the other person's trying to do. It's not about what that person's doing to them. It's that person trying to live, trying to
Yes,
experience
ma'am.
their life for themselves, and the other person doesn't see it that way. And that's hard because it rips friendships up. It
Ooh, child.
destroys even businesses. Like people that are in business together, they see a vision this way, the other person sees a vision that way. They can both equally be successful, but not together because they no
Yeah,
longer have the same vision, the same mission. Maybe the mission is the same, but their vision on how to get there is different. So
most definitely.
it happens. And it happens with business, it happens with best friendships, it happens. That's yeah, I mean, and when you're in it, you don't see selfish ambition necessarily. That's not what you see. You just see the ambition and drive and goal, and you have the end
Hmm.
goal. There's more than one way to skin a cat, you know. Hopefully no one's skinning cats, but you know what I mean. More than one way to
That's
do
right.
something. More than one way to do something. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So we want to acknowledge Will Runs Black, who says, when we reach the top spot, we have to reach back to support other women, not block. There is enough for all. Yes, indeed. I want to say hello to OG Patrice. Greetings and salutations, family. Greetings and salutations. My queen sister, you're more than welcome to join us. We're kind of, I want to say, just not just getting started, but we're still, in the early phases where you can join the conversation. We would love to have as many women as we can up here because I don't want to just go out talking like I'm some lecturer or something. So you're more than welcome to come up here. Another point I wanted to make was about body size and shape, just body, women's bodies. We already get objectified by the other counterpart, our other counterparts. Whether we're fat, skinny, tall, short, whatever. Everybody, men, come here. We're not talking about preferences. We're not shaming you for what you like and don't like. So this ain't about you. Okay. Okay. Everyone is entitled to their preferences. And we as women, we're entitled to how we want our bodies to look. However, there are some women who are dealing with things. There may be a medical condition. I'm not trying to use it as an excuse. I'm just saying there's some women who are super slim. I saw a video on Instagram. I'm always scrolling Instagram. When I can't sleep at night, that's what I do. So there's this one lady. She was super skinny, and the post was about her celebrating a milestone in her life. She had a cute dress on. She had some music playing, and she was dancing and celebrating. The comment section was like, "She's so skinny. How does she stand up? Does she need to eat a burger?" Da, da, da. I'm like, you don't know what this woman deals with. What if she already struggles with the mindset of anorexia or bulimia, or she just simply cannot gain weight? What if she had a condition? What if she's on medication? You don't know what this woman's life looks like outside of this one moment. This little whatever inch square on Instagram. That's all you see. You don't know nothing else. Same thing with overweight women. Okay, again, I'm not making an excuse because I've been in a place in my life when I didn't take care of my body. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I drank sodas, I ate chips, I did that, and now I'm in a place where, okay, Camila, you're over 40, you got this other thing going on. You gotta get your ish together because, girl, you know, I talk to myself. So, anywho, I've said this before and I'm gonna say it again. You walked into chapter 55 of somebody's life. You don't know what happened in chapter 1 through what 50 in that person's life. You don't know what they're dealing with. So stop imparting your judgment on that person. Also, now that I've become more aware of what lymphedema looks like, and then there's another condition called lipodema, which means fatty tissue gets stored in certain parts of your body, mainly your hips, thighs, and buttocks. And of course, that's what most men like. However, when you have these conditions, um, it looks, people who know it's more than just having extra curves. It's like this lumpy, hard, tissue. And so people might think, oh, you got some hips, you got some this. They don't know you're dealing with something else. Or there are people with bigger ankles and calves. Long story short, whatever you're dealing with, somebody's going to find a reason to poke at you, not knowing what you got going on. What if somebody had weight loss surgery and they just still have skin? You don't know. What if somebody's trying to gain weight and they're just super skinny? What if? I ain't gotta wear yoga pants all day every day to show you that I'm doing something for myself. So let me get off my soapbox. Where Miss Intellectual at? So
That's true.
let me get off my soapbox. So I'm just saying, women, ladies, sisters, queens, we gotta stop. We have to stop. Now, if my skirt is tucked in my pantyhose, please tell me, girl, because I don't want need my booty showing to the rest of the world. Or
Green salad in my teeth, about to go back to my business meeting. Come on, tell me something.
tell me, like, look, maybe we need to start doing okay, girl, what is like, do like a breath and an armpit check. Like, don't let your sister go out here and be looking ragged and get busted and get, dragged. We gotta look out for each other. So I say this though, some women you can't tell nothing, like nothing. Girl, whatever. You don't know me. You don't know. Okay, well, just let them be.
They will go off on you, right?
I hate that.
Like, okay, just take it, listen, and do what you want with it, but listen. Yeah.
That's right. And then, okay, Ms. OG Patrice says, look at how they talked about Chadwick Boseman until they realized he was dying of cancer. Perfect example. You don't
Right.
know what somebody's dealing with. And this man did several movies.
And those were men. They were like, he is just so, this, that, this, that. He's just so pampered. Those are men. They're like, I had no idea. And then they're like, he's strong. He was this and that. And I wish I knew. Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Again, I need y'all to come close. This is for everybody. Everybody. Stop calling people strong. Like, that's not a compliment. People are strong because they have to be in their circumstance, in
Exactly.
that moment, a situation. I'm strong because I don't have no choice. I'm not gonna lay down and die. So I have to be strong and find a way to move on. Please,
Mm.
please, please stop calling people strong as a compliment. Thank you.
And
Okay.
even strong people, you think about it, the most tough woman, man in your life, you think about the fact that even they cried sometimes. People need help, not just the people that you consider, because what's the opposite? You think of people as weak, right?
Mhm.
So a person that's pampered, you think is weak because that's what it implies, even if you didn't say it. Like, so him being pampered, you thought, oh, now you think he's so strong. And at first you thought, oh, he's so pampered, he's so this. So if that was the word that you used, if that being the opposite or the what is it? There's um synonyms and antonyms, is it? I don't know. If that's the opposite of what you were thinking of him, then you were thinking that he was a weak guy before because he was
Mhm.
pampered. Like, was that fair to think? You know?
No, not in the least bit. So, Princess K says, yeah, yep, I have PCOS, and I'm very familiar with that thanks to one of my girlfriends. Um, I mean, unfortunately, I'm unaware, but anyway, not only do I get bad body pains and fatigue, but it's easy for me to gain weight. As much as most with PCOS struggle with due to the hormonal issues in birth control that causes weight gain. Yes. One of my girlfriends that really introduced me to it and caused me to do more research. She showed me her belly one day, and because of the cyst in her ovaries, at certain times of the month when they flare up, it makes her look like she's about 6 months pregnant. You know, and it's painful and it's uncomfortable and it's yeah. And then there are women who, because of the hormone issues, they have hair. They grow like hair like men, and some of them have tried to cut it off. It keeps growing, and they just like, okay, I'm a lady with a beard, and you're gonna deal with it, you know. And some women still struggle, and so then it leads to emotional, mental, psychological problems. Like so, before you point your finger and open your mouth, fix your face to talk about somebody. Y'all better get a mirror first. I'm telling.
Empathy,
Listen,
empathize, learn their backstory, what's going on with them. Yeah, for sure.
yes. Now, if you see somebody that's out here wilding, like they just showing all the glory that God gave them, then I'm not saying judge them, but I don't know, just enter at your own risk. Because some people be packing. I'm just gonna say that. You can approach everybody, but you know, enter at your own
This is
risk.
and this is the accountability piece that I remember we talked about on Ladies Night stream some months back when it was all of 5, 6 ladies, and the guys had pushback on it, but we were like, and but then they everything that they pointed to after pushing back agreed with what we were saying, and we were just basically saying we hold each other accountable if we know the person, right? We don't just step in the middle of a man and woman fighting, because that's just ludicrous. The man could turn on you and you wind up beat up, then your husband steps in and you putting him in jeopardy, kind of stuff. But things like,
Hmm.
if my sister, my niece, my family member is having an issue, maybe they don't see what they're going through and I see it, I'm going to speak up, I'm going to talk to them about it. And some of the guys had legitimate pushback, like if you're holding if more women held more women accountable, there would be less of a struggle with relationships between guys and ladies. That was a legitimate pushback and they had good points to it. But then others were pushing back like, you know, I'm a man and I see this happening, and you would just let a woman slap a man up and not step in or intervene for the man, like, but you expect men to step in and intervene for women if that's happening and the guy is hitting and we're like, well, you know, if I don't know the person, I'm not stepping in. And I think it was Queen that said she would call 911. Initially, she was saying that she would intervene, and she's done that for kids, but it was a different situation because
Hmm.
they were two women that she was talking about. But a guy and his woman, every last one of us on the panel said no way. And I forget the nurse. There was an RN on our panel that day, and she was saying the same thing. She was like, "Heck no, we're not crazy. We're not going to fight a man." And since then, we've had other, the
Um,
guys have had other conversations, like, if a woman could fight a guy, or would a woman be able to fight a guy, in various situations, or would it
I
be
remember that
acceptable, and does a guy fight back if the woman hits him? Is he going to fight back, or that kind of stuff? But I remember that, and I just remember that accountability conversation. And even when the guys started talking, the guys were like, first example they gave, if my sister and her man were this and that, I would step in and like, exactly our point. You just use your sister as the example. Yeah, it's our family. We're going to, be there to help them.
definitely.
We're going to it's easier to offer accountability conversations to your family members than a stranger on the street that you don't know if they're packing, if they're both going to turn on you and start beating you. You stay out of stuff like that. You see them being hurt, okay, call 911. Like, so if she has a gun, you're going to let me get shot before you step in? Like, if she has a gun, not, and I don't know you, I'm not stepping in front of that bullet. Like, no, that's what 911 is
Yeah,
for, you know? But
because we
accountability on
do.
on the on the level where it's your family and you, of course, you're gonna step in. And guys are, the guys that were like, well, where is the proof? They're like, show us the proof that you all are holding each other accountable. That was in that stream. I remember that's where it landed. Like, show us the proof that you all are holding each other accountable. Because guys, we hold each other accountable. That's what they were saying. So
Okay, let me break out my notebook and okay. On March the
I took it all the
15th.
way back. That was like months ago stream. Yeah, I took it all the way
Like,
back. Ladies' night. Come on.
like I'm just saying, okay, they want to see. Okay, let me see. Let me look at my calendar. Okay, on this day, see what happened was, I'm like, we don't do that. Like, we ain't gotta keep a calendar of everything we did. However, I know y'all
Hmm.
think I'm being funny and sarcastic, kind of, sort of. Yeah, I'm in a good mood. Y'all better take this today.
Hmm.
um, yeah, we do hold each other accountable. I'm gonna go back and read some of the comments. Rob, Rack is tickling me, and but he's listening. Okay, so I want to go back to okay. Will runs black says people can be so quick to judge and be negative. I hate when people lead with negativity all the time. Can we get more positivity with our words? Yes, please. Rob is he's watching. Okay, how you doing, Rob? Um, Chris's case, I also get migraines and headaches frequently. I have to keep myself at a certain weight as well because I look anorexic if I'm too small in size. And see, people don't understand what she's got going on. They're just
That's a
going to
tall
quick to
people
judge.
issue. Yes. That's a tall people issue.
Okay.
Hmm.
Rob said he's listening.
And listening.
Want to
I
say
like
shout out
that.
to Nightbot who's holding down the comment section, helping us to get the likes up. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Um, Rob is just like, okay, thank you for listening. And again, if you're feeling generous, please make a donation to help our live stream. Um, Well Runs Black says, glad you're listening. He says, accountability, better not fight a man. I know I don't want to get hurt, bro. I know not to put myself in
We
that
ain't playing like
situation.
that. Mm-mm. No, we're
that
not.
situation.
I don't even like to play fight.
Princess K,
Like, mm-mm. I don't even play fight a man. No. I'll
because if you
wrestle.
hurt me, oh, oh
Play
God,
fighting even. Mm-mm.
yeah, because some feelings gonna get involved.
Yes.
um, Princess K said, because that's wisdom, I'm not going to jump in between a raging man and woman. I'm calling the police. Yeah, there are sometimes you got to know when to intervene and or how to intervene. Physically
Yes.
putting your body in between somebody can be very dangerous. Yes. So look, 911. We need you. So, oh, we have somebody else. Queen. Hi,
Hey,
Queen.
What's up, people?
how
Hey.
you doing?
Tired, but I'm good.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
We're gonna read some more. Oh, ma'am.
Okay.
I said we're gonna read some more comments and then we'll let you bring you in. All right. So Rob says it depends on if it's a DV. If not, then it is what it is. Okay. Um. Anyone can be an enemy combatant. Um. Women absolutely don't. Okay. You're entitled to your opinion, and we're not saying all women,
Look, look.
but
Here, there's two sides of that. Because you can hold a woman accountable. She don't have to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't make her do what you're telling her, even if you're holding her accountable. And it's not that we don't try to help, but every woman is entitled to her own opinion, and every woman is or female has their ability to make a choice on what they've been shared. So I don't think it's that we don't hold each other accountable, but as Mr. M3 likes to say, women don't listen. I don't know if that's always true, but that's what he likes to
we
say.
hear y'all, and we listen very well. Now, how we respond, that's a whole other thing. So then that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay. Rob says, y'all women, y'all got a woman code. Of course we do. We got some cheat codes that we don't share with y'all. Um, and Rob says, peace, queen, forever. He says, I love women, so I need to see what y'all talking about. Okay. We might could teach you a little bit. You might learn a little something on the slide.
Welcome in,
Um,
welcome in. He spells talking about like my cousin. I wonder if that's my cousin. Talking about
okay.
spelled it the same way.
Princess say, yes, it's a tall girl's problem. Like my ribs and pelvis bone will visibly stick out if I don't stay at a certain weight. Wow. Rob says black and white weight is different. To a degree. I think it's really genetics. I really think it's genetics. I don't know, but I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. um, Princess says, I take notes from Becky's book, Hello 911. I'm feeling unsafe right now. We need to release it. Yes, ma'am. And Rob was like, I was commenting while y'all were talking, Queen. All right, well, Rob, we appreciate you more than you know. Oh, Princess, come, girl, come on up here, girl. About time.
Hey,
So we got a full
I
Queen's
made it.
quarter
I was
up
like,
in
I need
here.
to run home. They're like, what do you have going on? I'm having a talk. I need to
Okay.
talk.
All right, so we got all the queens in the building tonight. So Queen forever. Okay, how you
Yeah,
doing, man?
I'm good. I'm just a little tired today. It's a little
All
hot.
right.
Mm,
Oh, sorry.
That's
And
okay.
we gotta recognize one of our other queen sisters. She said she gonna hang on the chat. Just a splash, Miss Sophia. She said Mrs. M3 was so correct. How do you know that you won't get assaulted trying to protect someone? Cops go through it all the time. Yes, ma'am. All right. So
And
the
they got the
lady,
body armor.
okay, look,
Right.
I value my life, so anywho.
I'm just
All
like,
right.
why don't we just leave that up to the people who do this as a part of their job? Like, I'm not trained to de-escalate physical situations. Please.
That's right. Most definitely. All right, so Queen, I don't know if you've been listening in the background or but
Mm-mm.
just huh?
No, I was on the road.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's
So
okay.
basically to catch you up, we're just talking about, the topic is woman to woman, girlfriend to girlfriend. We are our own worst enemy. Like
Mm,
we do stuff to each other that we shouldn't when we should
yeah,
be lifting each other up instead of tearing each other down.
yeah.
So just give us your input, insight, experience, observations, whatever you have of what you maybe witnessed or experienced, everything in
Um,
between.
well, I think hurts and frustrations are gonna come with any relationship, but I think it's all about um being honest with yourself and with those around you. If someone does something to you, if it's not something that you can forgive or let go of, then that's what you need to stand on. you know I think just being honest with each other. you
Okay.
know I don't necessarily have a girl code. I may not call you out in front of everybody, but if you acting trifling, I'm gonna say you acting trifling. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Now, what about like we got to talking about envy, how we see
Mm,
somebody in another in a position, job, man, house, car, whatever, and not that this applies to you, but there are women who are really, I don't know, I hate to use the word haters, but for lack of a better word in this moment, they're envious. They're so envious. They would do
mm,
almost anything to bring that woman down, to make her life
mhm.
miserable. Have you ever seen anything like that in your lifetime?
Oh hell yeah! I had two older black women were in both in positions of leadership, um, and they claimed that they were besties, and one of the women had like some serious like health challenges going on, and when another position came, the other friend got raised up, and so when the other position to get raised up again came, she was like, well, I don't think she'll be a good fit because, she always taking PTO and she always taking time off because of her health challenges and she's limited. But this is supposed to be her best friend.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was like, what? Yeah. So, yeah, I've definitely seen it, and even like, I want to say, um, like a friend who, I was a friend of this person and very close. I still am. And you know how you are friends, you hang out with their friends that are not your friends, like, her circle outside of me, like her other friends, and we were at like an event. I think it was someone's engagement. I don't know.
Okay.
And her boyfriend had proposed to her. And the lady, her friends was like, I don't think they remembered who I was because I don't think they would have been saying this around me, knowing who I was to her. And when you get a little liquid courage in you, a lot of who you are comes out. And so, they were like, "Oh yeah, he ain't nothing. I don't know how she got him, and girl, I should have been going after." Like they were just talking crazy, and I was like, and
Wow.
so we had taken a trip, right? And it was like 15 of us went away to a different country. And so I just got ticked off, right? And so then they were like, "Oh, we're so excited for you," because she was talking about the wedding and blah blah blah. And I was just like, "No, you not." And it was like, "What?" And I was like, "Girl, please." I said, "You don't like her." I said, "You never liked her. You talking about you was trying to get with her dude, and y'all was all saying how you wanted." And it was like, I said, and I like named the time, what she was wearing, where we was at, and they was like, I said, "Yeah, because you talk too much and you didn't realize who was standing." I watch how you watch her, sizing her up. Stop hating. I said, "These ain't your friends." And so I switched my hotel. I was like, I'm getting out of here because I'm gonna hurt somebody. So yeah, it was crazy. But anyway, yeah,
Wow.
it just got it got real. It got real for a minute. I almost fought somebody. That's how real it got.
Can I hang out with you in real life? Like, I need to do better about calling people out on their stuff. But I mean, I know that. And here's another thing: before we put down, I mean, not call this. This doesn't apply calling somebody out on something that you know is just wrong, dirty. It's gonna lead them down a path they don't need to go. Um, but calling somebody out because we're jealous or whatever, and not speaking to anybody particular on the panel, just women in general, look in the mirror first. I think I said that earlier. Before you point your finger at somebody else, look in the mirror, up and down, all the way around, and see, do you have room to tear somebody else down? If you don't, then zip it. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not gonna say it's okay. And me and I know they're gonna have a lot to say, but I'm gonna leave that to them. Anywho, I want to address some people in the comments. Miss Sophia says, "I love you all." Quavila Mrs. and Three Queen and Princess K give thank you, and she gives everybody flowers, hearts and flowers. And then I know I'm gonna mess this up. Please forgive me. Atreus Stratus Bride Bide Bird. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Uh,
Stratusburg, I think.
Stratus Bird. Okay. They say, "Hello, ladies. Thank you for joining us. Please charge to my head and not my heart for mispronouncing, for tearing up your name." Um, so I want to move on to another point. The other point where we women, well, actually, we've already talked about this with competition. So when it comes to envy, I talked about on the flip side of that is okay, focus on yourself, become more self aware, um, develop a deeper sense of yourself so you can feel satisfied with what you have, and then ask questions, inquire how you can get what that other woman has. Okay, so for competition, we've all talked about that. We want to be in somebody's place. We feel like if they're doing this, I got to do it too. My friend buys a new house, I got to get a new house, new car every, just whatever the case may be. Um, the flip side of that is collaboration. I feel like, and I know for a fact, we can get so much more done and accomplished if we work together, if we pool our gifts, our talents, our resources. We can get so much more done. Now, is it going to be a whole kumbaya session? No, it's not. It's not. However, we have to still try to find a way to work cohesively together. Again, it's easier said than done. I'm a realist. I know this. Still more optimistic than realist. But I know that we have to find a way to collaborate. Um, I'm sorry. I thought I was. I'm sorry. We have to find a way to collaborate. So I want you to talk about that. What are your thoughts on collaboration? Is it possible? I'm sorry. I thought I felt something crawling. Um, is it possible? What are your thoughts? You want to start with Mrs. M3, Queen and the Princess?
Collaboration is really good. It's key. It's something that I teach my students at school because you're right. Like you put together four heads on a project, you're gonna get more accomplished than just one. Especially when they jigsaw it, when they learn how to piecemeal it. I'll do this, you do that. I'll do this, you do that. And at first, you have to learn to do that. So, with teachers, we teach them how to collaborate, and then we set them off on their journey. Um, in the real world, the same thing. It's like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. But when the village works together, you get that whole pot of soup. Somebody has carrots, somebody has, one little kid. I have a stone and water, you know, and everyone's like, well, I can add to that this, I can add to that this, and then before you know it, the whole town eats. Collaboration is key, and it's I think how God meant for us to exist on this planet. No man's an island. We can't do everything. None of
Mm-hmm.
us, even doctors, right? That's why they're specialists.
Yes.
Not even doctors know everything, right? So yeah, collaboration is super important. If you look at everything in life, it's like that. You go to the brake doctor for your car brakes, you go, to the engine man to fix your engine. All those different components come together and that team gives you back a whole healthy good car, right? Same thing with our body, same thing with our teeth. The dentist doesn't do the hygiene part. He has a dental hygienist to do that. Collaboration is key and it's everywhere.
Amen. And I know I'm sorry, Queen, for jumping ahead. Y'all know I'm gonna speak on the bees, so I'll get to that later. I'm gonna wait my turn. But it's Queen. Did she have to step away again? Queen, can you hear me? Okay. She's always doing multiple duties, and God bless her. And I want to thank her for still joining us when she can. We definitely will give her time to speak. So, Miss Princess K.
I agree with Mrs. M3 and what really everyone has stated it. Collaboration is extremely helpful. At our foundation, at our base, humans are social creatures. I mean, they've done studies on tests where people were completely isolated from human interactions, and it really drove them crazy. They've even done a test on newborn infants.
Hmm.
Um, which actually was made illegal because that is a form of child endangerment. Actually, these newborn infants weren't given any physical touch. They were just cared for, like changed diapers, fed, no hugs, no kisses, no talking or whatever. All of those newborn infants died within a certain amount of months just because of the lack of human interaction and love, physical touch and those sorts of things. They're very important to us as babies and even as adults. Um, I think that on the subject of envy,
Mm-hmm.
I would say each human has a desire. We all want things. I think rather than being envious, it makes more sense to take inspiration from your friends,
Yes.
because I'm the sort of person who was raised, and I personally just believe I only want people in my close circle who are helping me to improve as I'm
Yes.
doing the same for them. Like, what are we doing if we're meeting up and nobody's getting any better? Like,
Oh,
if I'm getting so much out of life and you're still stuck below, then I'd feel like there's personally a problem, because I always want to make sure, I'm taken care of, my family is taken care of, my friends are taken care of. So I want us all to grow and improve, like iron sharpens iron. So if I see that personally, if I have a very successful friend, which I do, I see them doing stuff in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, what am I doing? Now, it's not to say that I'm not appreciative of my life or what I'm doing, or that I'm just in envious mode, but it's like I'm constantly working to improve myself and grow as a better person. And my friends, my close friends, they inspire me to do better and to want better. And when you do those things, it's ultimately loving yourself. And I
yeah.
saw a comment where someone said that women don't hold each other accountable. Strangers don't hold each other accountable. If you're really friends with each other, you will hold each other accountable. Because I will say this, from the very first moment that I make a close friend, I'll tell them flat out, I will not talk to you if you allow me to walk out and be messy. That to me is the equivalent of me wearing this nice dress. I went to the bathroom and I came out, and one side of my dress is lifted up showing my underwear. And for some reason, I cannot feel the air on my butt. And you just let me walk around in public with my dress up like that, showing the side of my butt. That's
Yes.
so disrespectful. So you're they're not really your friends if they're letting you just walk out and be messy and be loud and wrong. Like that's
Loud
not a
and
true
wrong.
friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do hold each other accountable. But am I going to talk to a stranger and tell them that they need to do blah 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 with their life? No. It might be different on a man's end, because maybe you might have more ways to protect yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, I can fight, but I never know who I'm fighting against. I might have my taser and my little fire stick. They might have a gun. I don't know what I'm walking into. And that's the thing with strangers. I don't know what's going on with your life. I could probably see you raging at a man in public, and in my head I'm thinking, ooh, this ooh, you
Yeah.
need to calm down. I'm thinking that. But then the truth might come out, oh, he hurt your child.
Okay.
So you're raging at him. Like, I don't know what your reason is for that. Either way, like I said earlier or wrote, I am taking a note out of Becky's book. I'm going to call the cops and I'm going to get far away.
Okay.
I'm getting far away because people like to pull out guns in the middle of domestic fights too. I
Yes.
could get hit by a stray bullet. No. Hello, officer. I need help. I'm feeling very unsafe here, and these children are in danger. We need your help. Please come. I know you can do it. I am a tax-paying citizen, and I am calling to report a public disturbance, and it feels very unsafe right now in this neighborhood. Like, you have to pull that. If I have to pull that out, I have to.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to tell if I'm black or white in that situation. But
Okay.
anyway, your friend should be encouraging you to grow and improve. I don't want to be around friends who, you know, they're encouraging me to do wrong. Like
Yes.
the friend I mentioned earlier. We're not friends anymore because she decided while we were out clubbing, she wanted to make out with someone, you
Mm.
know? And I wasn't even around to try to intervene and like pull her back.
Okay.
So what happened was her boyfriend's friends were actually there and they saw her and they told him. So he was of course pissed off. She comes back to me a couple days later crying, saying that he cheated on her. She's raging, throwing stuff at him, you know. And I'm just like, but you cheated first. I
Yeah.
mean, both of you aren't right in this situation, but you cheated first. She said it doesn't that doesn't count because I don't like girls. I'm like, well, don't you realize that you still gave your lips to somebody that's not your boyfriend? That that doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter if you like girls or not. And for the record, a lot of women are actually more bisexual than men or women are even aware of. You never know.
Yeah.
So that was a situation where you were in the wrong and
Wow.
you really don't even want to accept responsibility. I was like, after that, I blocked her. After I told her,
Okay.
I don't like this sort of stuff around me. And you're stressing me out through this phone call. I don't let that happen ever. I'm just like, and I don't like because I'm more bothered by the fact that you didn't think that you were wrong for kissing somebody else other than who you're in a relationship with. I don't like cheating. I don't like that sort of stuff. Nah, no. Um, so I'm just like, friends, your close friends, your real friends, sisters, as you call them. True sisterhood is holding each other accountable. Whatever people are calling sisterhood nowadays, that's not sisterhood. That's little girlhood is what it is. That's what people would do in elementary school or high school for that matter. But we're grown adults here. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You shouldn't be expecting for your close friend to clap their hands and support you in being wrong. That's not a friend. That's somebody who's eager to see you fall. And that's also another aspect of envy. That's how you know that that is not a friend because they're not holding you accountable. They're agreeing. They're being yes men. Just saying yes to whatever you do. Even if you yourself are doubting, should I be doing this? I think this is right. Oh no, girl. Go ahead and do it, and you're listening to them. Meanwhile, they're planning your fall behind the stage because they're jealous of you.
Like Mean Girls, giving her
Right,
those
Ooh.
Slim Fast bars that were making her 5 pounds heavier.
right.
That prom
Oh.
dress.
You're just like, oh girl, just eat this. You're gonna be thick. Eat this. Or especially there was something that my aunts, my grandma, my mom always told me. You never allow other people to come into your relationships, not even us. Especially when you're married. You don't let people, first of all, the big thing was you don't let anybody, child, man, woman, come into your bedroom that you share with your husband. That is a big no,
Okay.
not even to sit on the bed.
The
That
older
is
Oh.
women will tell you that. Otherwise, you learn it the hard way, and you're like, dang,
right.
like I should
They're
have
just
had this
like,
conversation.
right. They're like that's your space with your husband. You don't let anybody come in between that. And they're like, also, don't tell everything about your relationship.
Yeah.
You don't need to say everything, not even to us. We don't need to be involved in your issues. That's another thing. I do have friends who are married, and so they'll start to say stuff that happen between them and their husband. And I'm up before you go on. I don't want to hear anything. It's not to say that I don't love you and I don't support you, but if you need help, I would suggest a couple therapist, a licensed couple therapist, because I have not been married. I cannot give you any sort of advice that would be fully sound. And I want you to get your stuff together. And I also don't want to look at your husband with a side eye because I'm known for doing stuff like that. Don't tell me bad stuff he did to you and then expect for me to just sit here and not have a problem.
Right.
I may not say something, and this is something they're always telling me. You always, we all, they're like, we always have to tell you to fix your face. Cause
Mm.
it's like, if I think somebody's being stupid in front of me, if I have an issue, you will see it on my face. And I've been trying to work on that, but I don't even realize I'm doing it sometimes. Like my whole face will be scrunched up, honey. Like a whole frown line in between my eyebrows. Like I smelled something bad. Just like,
Right.
princess, princess, fix your face, honey. Fix your face. And I'm just like, okay, okay. But yeah. I'm like, we have to grow and improve. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of places we can be. Um, Personally, my friends have encouraged me to pursue something that I've actually been just thinking of for the past couple of years. So I'm going back to school, you know, to get a license for something I've just been thinking about and, talking to them about, but I never pushed myself to do it. And so, they personally inspired me after seeing one of my friends go back to school to get her
Oh,
master's. I was just like, you know what? I'm 26. I'm still young. I'm now single. I want to like work on areas in my life that I felt unfulfilled in. And a part of that was my career. There's something else that I've been wanting to do, and I've just never put myself to do it. So they inspired me personally. It was just like, we can help you plan out. We know some people there. We can help you. You've been talking about this for over 5 years now. So you gotta, do it and just run, hit the ground running. So I'm getting prepared to do that. So God is good. I'm blessed to have the woman in my life. I am so thankful for them. Um, and I'm really thankful as a woman to have women in my life who hold me accountable. They will call me. Some of them have called me early in the morning to say something to me they did not like.
oh,
Like, and not
oh,
in a bad way. It's just, hey,
okay.
you did this while we were out, and I didn't say it then, but I felt like it was wrong, and blah, blah, blah. And I'll listen and I'll take note, and it's actually really improved my interactions with people because I can be blunt sometimes. And sometimes I don't realize that my words are actually coming off as insensitive when I'm not trying to um, come off that way. I do really care about people, but there's also the other side of me where it's like, I'm going to say what's on my mind, and it doesn't come out with tact. And these friends of mine have taught me how to have tact. Like I'm so much better than how I used to be.
All right.
But God
At
bless
least you,
them, you know.
at least you can acknowledge that there are some women who go through life and never acknowledge that they are the toxic person in a
Right.
situation.
Starts with
Mhm.
us, like individually. Like, where does it start? Where do we begin? Oh yeah, let's start with me. Let's figure this out
Right.
before
Yeah.
I get sidetracked, get off course, and things that we need to change. We need to fix for ourselves.
And that ties into
Exactly.
envy. Once you know who you are or recognize what you possess, and you will find you have less time to worry about that other woman and what she has and how she got it, unless you're asking questions on her to help you,
Get
asking
busy
her to
about your
help you.
purpose. Yes, got to get
Yes,
busy about your purpose. If you're busy about your purpose, you ain't got time to worry about other people and their, whatever they're going through. If they want to talk about it, talk about it. But if it's something like, I'm mad at you because you have this or that, who got time for that?
that's right.
Live your life, enjoy your life. You know,
Because you only get one on this earth. I mean, unless you believe in reincarnation, and that's another. But anyway, you
But
only
even
get
if
one
you
life
believe
on
in
this.
reincarnation, you'll still be a different person. So you only get this one chance to be you in this
Yeah,
life.
Yeah. So make the most of it. Grab life by the reins and giddy up. Okay. I'm sorry.
And and,
Okay.
and like I say, 5, 4, 3, 2, your time is up. You don't need to be
All
in
right.
my life, my circle. That's it. Because a lot of
Yeah.
times we have these fake sisterhoods where, you
Ooh,
know, it's we don't support each other. We don't um somebody got a business, you know what they do, and you never purchase anything from them. You always, you want them to support you in your endeavors, but you never give that back. And I think um, when you're not honest, you know, envy plays its role. It sticks its head out in a lot of different ways. you
mm,
know some people can, like the saying, keep your enemies close. you
mm,
know um some people can have the facade of someone who's supportive or someone who is um about you, but never invest anything into you.
yeah.
So I
Most
think
definitely.
that's also important too.
It's crazy how we teach kids all these different things. And when we become adults, we forget. No, we don't forget. We just don't keep in practice. We teach kids, keep your hands, feet, and other objects to yourself. We tell our kids, speak to the person, be nice. I raised you
Didn't I
better than
send you
that.
that video?
You
I
got
sent you
me.
that video, right? Yeah. And I
Where's your
love
manners?
exactly.
But then as adults, we just throw all it out the window and we act like the rules don't apply to us. Like, where did you do that at? Um, so anyway, yeah, if we teach children live what they learn, adults just kind of flip the script. I don't know what we doing. I don't know what we do sometimes. But Princess K Knowledge Relationship says, sounds like you broke the girl code. What did she say that was part of the girl code? If you can point it out directly, we might give you some credit for it. But let us know what you think you thought you heard.
Right.
Oh goodness. So okay. So we already talked about competition and then collaboration. So the last little piece that I want to bring up right now is about self worth. When we feel like we're not worthy or we get to a point of desperation in our life, it can make us act out in a way that does not align with our character. And then we start just attacking other people in the process because we just don't know who we are. You read. Okay. Oh, okay. I gotta go back and read. Sorry. I'm sorry, y'all got distracted. So, anywho, um, if we start acting out of character when we don't know who we are. Um, and that could be for multiple reasons. Life happens, or we just let life happen to us without trying to intervene and take control of our life. This article mentions it says this is needed. Okay, building a strong sense of self worth starts by aligning with other strong women. You all mentioned about having a strong support system, sisterhood, and really making it whole to its meaning. Um, and working towards shedding old beliefs about inferiority. Again, we earlier we talked about how, this country was built, shaped, everything by men, and women were in an inferior state position. Again, men, we're not picking on you, so please do not come for me. I got time for that. But women are just day by day trying to find their place in this world, in this nation, and on this globe. And you know, when you don't really know who you are, where you fit, what you do, whatever, you sink. Oops, you sink to a place within, and you just kind of want to. I don't know. And if you don't have no support system to kind of hold you up, and you know, someone to pull energy from, you really sink down into a space. So the support system is needed, particularly among younger women, as the role modeling in today's culture represents negative stereotypes like mean girls, as Ms. Entry mentioned, and unappealing characteristics that aren't natural to the female condition. So the flip side of self-worth is staying surrounded by supportive people and then looking within to find your beauty. Not your physical beauty, but your inner beauty, the light, that spark that's within you that makes you you. So go ahead. We'll start with Queen, since you didn't get to go first, get your round at your time the last time. So when it comes to self worth, and then on the opposite side of that, having the support system helping you realize your self worth. Like, have there been times in your life when you felt down about yourself, and there were people, there women, there to help really boost and lift you up?
Um, yeah, I think there's been times, whether it was childhood, high school, college, adulthood, that I've felt those insecurities, whether it's been because of, you know, uh, feeling insecure about maybe the way I look, or doing certain things. Like, I know I felt very insecure in dancing school when I was in dancing school.
Okay.
And because we had our crew. It was three of us. It was me, my sister, and our best friend. And they were both very skinny. I was a little chubbier, but I can dance my ass off. So at
Okay.
times I would get singled out because I would hold back, you know.
Oh.
And I had a jazz teacher and an African dance teacher, and they were black females, and they would not let me hide. They would even sit the 40 kids down and make me do the whole dance by myself, and make me do it full out. Several, so I've had
Wow.
different women around me, older, whether they were related or not, that really harnessed um, confidence, and it was like, who cares? And I remember one, she was like, who cares you got a belly? And she had on like a bra top, one of the sports bra, and she took her shirt off, and she had on a pair of stretch pants. She said, I got a belly too, but I can dance. I can move. And I was like, okay. So she would always like just encourage me to not not hold back. I mean, I got solos. I was in the front row. I did a lot of things because of my talent, but I know that if I would have had a different teacher, I probably would have just faded into the background. Even at work, you know, I can feel insecure because I was dealing with a very racist boss. And so, I had to, and I was like, well, I'm just like, no. It was like, don't ever let anyone, even me, make you fade back. You're always going to be deemed the angry black woman if you are assertive. It doesn't even matter if you yell, scream or not. If you just have something pushback, you will be categorized that way, and you can't stop. And one of them was like, that's why I'm where I'm at, because I haven't stopped. And now she started entry level. Now she's like the director of all housing programs. So, so even in my professional world, I've had different women mentors, you know, and they don't know me. They know me at the staff functions, or here and there if I work at a different program, but you know, yeah. So I think it's very important to have that. And I always have my oldest one of my older sisters, I always run to her, and she can tell. She's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Nothing. Why you sound like that?" "I'm hanging up. Don't hang up on me." So, so yeah, so I always have her.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Mrs. M3.
I've had a lot of women mentors in my life for sure. Um, Even though my mom was tough on me, she was always like in my corner. You can do what, you set your mind to doing. You're God's daughter and you only have to please him. Like, don't please people, please God. And then I had, I think, a healthy balance of people in my life who would say the opposite, or I'm looking for some way to make it easier for myself. And they're like, I'm not helping. I won't help you. Um, so I feel like they're in many ways, my mom's friends, they were like my aunties. They were, on times where my mom was the one saying, do this or
Okay.
else, but didn't have a way to help me how to figure it out. I had to figure it out on my own. The aunties, my mom's friends, they were like, and specifically my aunties too, were the ones that kind of were my security, my safety net, people that I could talk to about what I was going through and how I felt I couldn't do it. When my mom got ill, my sisters were that for me, and they helped me. Like, you're not dropping out of college. We'll have mom in the daytime. You finish your homework before you come home. She's your
Okay.
responsibility at night. Um, and for 11 years of my life, that's, from the time I was 18, my mom started going blind and all these different complications from diabetes. Like, every step along the way, there were people that said, no, do it yourself. And there were people that said, I got you. What can I offer? I don't have money, but I got time, you know?
Oh,
And so I feel like for sure, there's so much support when I look back and see, like, how did I become who I am? It's because the women in my life that were as solid as they were. And it was never from them, was it financial help? It was always support in a way like, let's talk about this. How can you achieve your dreams? How can you achieve your goals? I don't have money to share with you. I don't have money to support you, but let's figure this out. How can you get it? Let's, sign you up for FAFSA. Let's get you enrolled in college and make sure things are working out. Your mom is blind. Okay. What are you going to do about this? Okay. Enrolled myself to high school, enrolled myself to interdistrict high school, medical magnet high school, enrolled
oh,
myself to college. Those things were not because I was defiant. It was because I had support that said, hey, even though your mom can't do these things, let's figure out how you can do it. Your mom has to be at a Section 8 meeting. How are you going to get there? You don't have bus fare. Y'all don't have a car. Figure it out. Like,
oh,
those were things that people in my life were able to help me. My sister-in-law, oh my gosh, like, without her, my mom went in the hospital how many times? Countless times. My brother's wife, he's 14 years older than me, but the youngest of my brothers. His
okay.
wife took care of 12 kids. 12 kids. The kids outnumbered the adults in our household. Like
Wow.
6 times over, probably. There was like 4 adults, 12 kids, 3 times over, right? We survived because we were each other's support.
Wow.
Not one dime went into, besides my brother paying for, groceries and such like that. My mom took care of the household stuff. My sisters took care of the light bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, without support like that, I wouldn't be the person I am. That's for sure.
Wow. Wow. I know we all have different parts of our life that we face some moments, similar, different, but it was intense. If that's the right word. But it's similar intensity, I guess. Y'all can help me out with any words. With um, for lack of a better word, at the moment, similar intensity. It felt like that to us. What we were dealing with, and you were blessed to have those women there, who took you in. So, okay, let me help you out with this. While I'm not going to give you everything, I'm going to give you the knowledge on how to access this, that, and whatever. or I'm going to give you the space to problem solve for yourself. And I would love to see us as the elder women do that, reach back and grab up these little baby girls, 15, 16, 18, whatever, 21, and say, okay, baby girl, I mean, you got a cute little body, you cute, whatever. However, here are some life skills. Here are some things, matters of the heart, things you need to
Yeah.
know. I have a goddaughter, and I'm so sorry, Princess K. I'm sorry. I'm gonna share this real quick. I have a goddaughter, and I've been knowing her since she was 14. I see a lot of me in her, just due to our life and environment and dynamics of our family. And so I try to pour into her on a spiritual level, just on a real life level. And it took her to get 22, going on 23, to say, you know what, Mama? I remember you telling me this. You tried to tell me da 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 XYZ. You think I'll be listening, but I'll be listening to you. I said, okay. And then I have to also remember she's not my daughter. So I need to find that level where I don't cross the boundary of you need to, this is best for you. Bam. Okay, daughter. Kind of ease into certain things. So but we have a great relationship. There are times, one time she admitted, she's like, I was mad at you. I said, I know you were, because you didn't call me for 2 days. I said, but that's okay. I said what I had to say. You gonna take it or not, and we're gonna move on with it. So here we are. Yeah. Because I didn't say something that she wanted to hear the way she wanted to hear it. So that's what that was. So anyway, I'm sorry, Princess. Please go ahead and share your part, your piece on self worth and digging deep within. And, have you ever found yourself in a moment um, you just didn't feel like you're worthy?
Mm, Not just a moment, moments. Like, um, something people don't know about me is, first of all, due to some childhood traumas, I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder and post-traumatic stress disorder. And anybody who has experienced those things would know that, especially with post-traumatic stress disorder, there are triggers that will literally send you into a state where you're back at the whatever traumatic event that was caused. It's like you revert back to that period, and it's really a personal mind torment because you feel the traumatic event at its same intensity, the exact same way it happened. And it takes, well, they say it's not curable, but I have found my own cure, and
Okay.
that was through tapping into my spiritual relationship with God. Um, I learned to just submerge myself deeply in Him, and I just grow with that every day. And it really involves a lot of time just really sitting and talking to Him without asking of anything. Just the fact that I just want to be close to you in this moment, and I don't want to ask you for anything or ask you really anything. And due to these disorders, I was actually a suicidal child. Um, Not only did I not have self-worth for myself, I did not want to live. And there have been times where I have scars on my body as a result of the things I used to do to cause myself to lose my life. I have been in the hospital on suicide watch. I have even been sent into a mental institution um, because of the suicidal tendencies. There's been a lot that's gone through. And one of the things I am grateful for is that I have four very great best friends, sisters who are all a little bit older than me. But they have been such a wonderful help. And I was blessed to have a strong family of just strong women. Like my grandmother has her PhD. She would always tell me, my father sent me to college with 2 cows and 3 chickens over
Mm-hmm.
in Texas. I fought and I got my education. And I met your dad who was 12 years older when I needed to take a swim course. We met, we got married. And she'll gladly announce, I did not sit on my behind at home and he was just paying for everything. No. She was like, I paid for my Cadillac with my own money. I paid for whatever portion of the house he wanted me to pay for, and he had the other half. She was like, I did that. He didn't do the work for my degree. That's on my mom's side. My aunts, they all have their degrees. My mom has her degrees. Um, on my dad's side, my grandmother had her PhD as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she encouraged my grandpa to get his while he was in the military, which was ultimately how he ended up coming out with a lot more money due to his position and the education. Because in his, what my papa told me, she said was, I will not have my children have a father who does not have his degree. You need to get your education. So she did that, and then she also sent all of her kids to college, paid their tuition full. What she did was she was an incredible budgeter. She knew how to budget, but she was still, as my aunt would say, she was the life of the party. She knew how to budget, but she didn't do anything cheap for herself. She's also the reason why I always know to keep an organized purse,
Okay.
because that's one of the qualities of a lady. You should always have an organized purse. Because what my grandma would say, hmm, if she has a messy purse, then I mean she probably has some issues managing her household. I'm like, no, no. But she she was she went to college when she was 16. She was valedictorian. She was the beauty queen. They had about like apparently 6 different fraternities who wanted her to go with them to parties. Um, and she achieved a lot. And she was able to send her children to college. And my father also got his law degree in graduate school. She sent them both to college and paid off their tuition with cash every month, based off of what she had saved for and planned for. And so I have this legacy set before me. And then furthermore, my mom has always been very intentional about the women or just people in general that she allows to be around me and hang around me. She's a very strong woman, but just very gentle. She has this gentle strength about her. And she does have a line. She has boundaries that she sets for herself. And I grew up seeing that. Um, the two main people, the main forces in my life that I attribute the reason why I'm really still alive at this point are my mother and my father's sister, my aunt. My dad passed away when I was 10 years old, and through her, I was able to have a portion of my father because they had a lot of similarities. Um, the two of them are very different from each other. My mom was always very gentle and loving and giving. She's still like that. Um, but and she's also very feminine. And my aunt is also feminine, but in a different way. She is a Southern belle, thick Louisiana Creole accent, you know,
Wow.
and she has a way of talking to people, and she'll say what she means to say and means what she says. But it's like her delivery. She could say something like, "Mm-mm, baby, you know you're not doing right. That don't make no sense." Like she'll pull out something like that, and it's just like you take it because it's like it's correction, but in love, you know. And she's really just a strong woman and very in tune. Both of them are very deep with their relationship with God, and they were probably my earliest examples of the difference between religion and relationship.
Oh.
And so I grew up under them, and even now I'm always speaking to them every week, pretty much. The funny thing about them is that they'll always tell me, "We know that you're smart, but you're also stubborn. So we just let you do what you want to do, and then you'll come to us as we know you will, and you'll tell us, Mom, TT, um, I made a mistake." And that's when they'll just lay out, "See, yeah, I know you did, but I wanted to let you get through it because I know if I'd said anything, you probably would not have listened to me at the start. You like to, you will make your decision and stick with it, you know, until the wheels fall off." So that is one of my flaws. But they're truly incredible, and I'm very grateful for the two of them. And I just hope to be able, like, one of my dreams, my goals is to be able to give back to the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like I have two mothers, and that essentially is what it is because my aunt is not married and she doesn't have any children. And she always told me growing up, "I'm not planning to get married by choice, and I don't have any children, so you're my child." And my mom let her have that. Like, the two of them are also they're also pretty close, like sisters. They do get mad at each other sometimes. But one of the things my aunt always says is, "I'm just grateful to your mom because she could have just, been offended by the fact that I'd, like, essentially adopted you as a daughter, but she accepted it." Like, I went between both of their houses growing up. Um, Sometimes we went through things in my household with my mom, and I could go over to my aunt's. Like, my mom would just call her and be like, "All right, come pick her up," And my aunt, she always, wherever she lived, she always made a room for me. And she just asked me, like, "What colors would you want it decorated? How would you want it decorated?" So
Mm-hmm.
I knew that she was like, "I just want you to always know you're always going to have a place wherever I live. She was like, I don't let people go in your bedroom. That's your bedroom, however you want it, however you design it. You are the daughter in this household. So that's your space, you know. So I knew to expect every single time when I went to stay with her, which would be like over a weekend or like during a break, maybe a week or two, she would have this big basket of all of my favorite snacks, right?
Oh.
And the first night she picked me up, we'd go over to this pizza place that I loved. I loved their pizza. So she would order one. We'd either eat there or we would eat at home. And she'd also take me to Big Lots, like her favorite store, Big Lots or Dollar Tree. That's something she and my father shared in common. Like, my dad, when he was alive, at the end of every week on Friday, he would talk with my teacher to see what my grades were like and hear a progress report to see how I was doing. And if everything was good, after school, he would take me to pick out two toys from the 99-cent store.
Aw.
And then we would pick up a box of pizza, and then we would also pick out two movies from Blockbuster to watch together. And
That's
that was
so.
our father-daughter sort of thing. And he also did DJing. So on Saturday mornings, I would be with him at his the site where they recorded. And so I would just be like in the background while he was doing his radio show. And, people who knew us, they would always like tease me and be like, oh, we know when Princess was on there because we hear, hello, everybody. Like he would let me do greetings on there sometimes. So that was always a fun thing. Oh, and another thing, um, another portion of who I am today. So I'm technically considered a legacy for the Deltas. My
Okay.
grandma and my aunt were ones. Um, I didn't do it myself, but they have a program called Delta Academy and Delta Gyms.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one in the location that I lived at. And so Delta Academy is basically for young girls. They're like, I forget the lowest age, but it's like 11 to maybe 13. And then Delta Gyms is for the older girls, high
Mm-hmm.
schoolers, basically. So starting from ninth grade to 12th grade.
Yes.
And these trainings actually, not only do they teach us about the core values of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority. We get to talk about Dr. Betty Shabazz all the time, but they also have people come in and talk about their careers. We also get job training, education on what to expect in terms of college, how to write our own resumes,
Mm.
professional skills. We also got etiquette training, which is how I know what fork needs to be used. It's like this whole program where we have to dress up in these outfits, and they will set up a whole four-course dinner and we have to at lessons we have this dinner and we apply everything that they trained us on. And so
So,
there's that, and then we also learn about Black history, stuff that
mm,
we're not exactly being taught in schools. And I felt like that sisterhood, seeing that and being around it, these strong Black women who are teaching me about other exceptional Black women, that was also something that was very inspiring to see. And then at the end of every term, like every year, we'd go out to Sacramento where they had this conference where all the Delta gyms and Delta academies from all around the United States would come together over like a three-course paid day or it's like a weekend sort of thing. And we would hear speakers and just meet each other from all around the world, just Black women. And it was an incredible thing to see as a young Black girl. And I always like I always brag about it, but one time we had an R&B singer who came to sing for us.
okay.
And that was also a lot of fun, but we would have so much fun back then. And it also explored my mindset because I was talking to girls that came from like around the United States. Some of them were from out of the country too. So it allows you to broaden your mind and your perspective. So yeah, I've been blessed, honestly. I'm proud to be alive. I love myself now more than ever. Um, and I truly believe that I deserve all the good things that I'm having, experiencing, and
Yes.
that I'm going to get.
Yes, ma'am. We all do. I just want to say this little piece, letting this M3 come in. Just want to say hello to T Blaze 7 Brown. They say hello. Thank you so much for joining the chat, and hello to
Oh,
you.
wait a second. I can't hear. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, we lost Princess for just a moment. Okay. Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone called me, so I think that probably messed with my
Okay.
sound a bit.
Okay. I just want to say this, and we're gonna move on. I can't speak for the other sororities, but I can personally speak for Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. It is one of the best, very hardworking ladies who are dedicated to the uplifting and empowerment of the Black community. And so, if you ever want to put on that legacy plug. You better go ahead and do it. It comes with great benefits.
Yeah.
Anywho, all right. So, Ms. M3, did you want to add to anything that Princess K mentioned?
No, I was just loving her story, her life story. That's really good. And it sounds like the support that she had helped her to come through that depression. That's
Yes.
really good.
No.
Yes. And I still have moments sometimes. Um, there's a medication that I'm supposed to take, which I don't usually because it makes me feel weird. So I do a lot of things because I not only have Marfan syndrome, but I also have PCOS. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to center my diet. It's like the foods that you eat can also contribute to your moods and your hormonal imbalances and stuff like that. So I'm very focused on making sure that I'm eating the right things. I noticed that if I had too much sugar in my diet, I start to my mood just fluctuates. Like it goes from very high to very low. There's
Okay.
low in energy. So I have to be careful about what I'm eating. I also do a lot of meditating, yoga, affirmation, all sorts of things.
Okay.
Um, and I'm still speaking to a therapist on a weekly basis. So this is a process sort of thing. But this is life, you know. You take the lemons and you turn them into something. Lemonade, soup. Well, not
Girl,
lemon soup,
you
but lemon soup, lemonade.
Hi.
a lemon drop,
Right.
girl.
Lemon pie, lemon meringue, lemon whiskey.
So we want to welcome to the Queen's Courts our. I'm gonna be nice because he's on one of our
How
bodyguards,
you gonna be nice to me? You know what
one
I
of
mean?
our one of our
I'm
knights in
I'm
shining armor.
I'm Mr.
Uh,
Ladies Night himself. You know what I'm saying? You know?
so one of our knights in shining armor, who's responsible for this show, Mr. Intellectual Soapbox. How
Thank you,
you
thank you,
doing?
thank you, thank you.
Oh
I'm doing
God.
great. I'm doing great. I'm not the only one responsible for the show. Got to thank my whole team. You know what I'm saying? Them three. You know what I mean? DJ King, First Lady Tammy. You know what I'm saying? The rest
Yes,
of the whole team. Y'all know who y'all are. Lola, OG Patrice, Big Easy, Big Riggs. Of course, UQB. You know, Mrs. M3. You know what I mean?
and
Queen
I'm
Forever.
new here,
Hello,
so
hello. There's one more.
I just
I'm
said
the
Queen
new kid
Forever.
on the
I
block.
just said
Oh,
that. And Damo, wherever you at, what's up, girl? You know what I'm saying? So
Okay,
yeah, I got to comment on something that Princess K said earlier, right?
go
oh
ahead.
God.
Princess K, whenever you can, come back if you can, if you can.
No, don't come
So,
Um,
back.
hold on,
well, we're gonna.
let me say my comment, okay? Now she shared a story earlier, you know what I mean, which is why I came out, you know, and three, you know, he even said, you know, she broke the girl code. But let me elaborate on something, right? Okay.
Okay.
Now with men, you know what I mean, you know, like if you out with another man, there's certain things that you like, you know, like you already know off top, like you can't really even do anything about it, even say anything about, right? Now, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that you don't want to. You know what I mean? It's just that with men, as we always say, there's that low level threat of violence, right? You know what I'm saying? So unless you're about to want to go toe to toe or fight this man over something, if you see him even doing things, you know, that may have been detrimental to his relationship, you got to mind your business. You know what I mean? Because some brothers be willing to scrap over these things, like literally, they be willing to fight. You know what I mean? And I'm not fighting you just because you know you don't want to treat your woman right. Like that's on you, brother. You know what I'm saying? You got to make a decision. That's not on me. You know what I mean? And I'm not putting myself in danger. I'm not putting my livelihood in danger just because you want to do some old stuff that you feel that you want to do. You're a
Okay.
grown person. You know what I'm saying? And eventually you're gonna have to deal with the consequences of your decisions. You know what I mean? Now what I can do as a person to be responsible for me is just not be around that. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing that I can do. What people gotta start doing when they come to relationships, just mind your business. I tell people that all the time. Mind your business, okay?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I don't care what I see, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to my bros, like or people in my family, or men that I know, whatever y'all tend to do is y'all business, okay? It ain't got nothing to do with me. I done learned this the hard way over plenty of times. And Queen and Mrs. M3 and everybody else who really knows me know. Listen, you know what I mean? I done had sit downs with people, all types of stuff. Look, in relationships, you gotta let these adults be adults and make adult decisions. They're gonna decide what they want to do, even if it's whether you believe it's right or wrong. It's really, it's really kind of don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because if these people want to be together or they don't want to be together, they're gonna make the decision on their own. You sharing your opinion or trying to intervene or step in, it's just gonna just cause you problems. It's not gonna cause them problems. They're gonna keep going on about their life. You know what I mean? It's just gonna cause you problems. So if I'm out and I'm with my brother and I know that my brother has a girl and he kisses another girl, I'm not saying nothing to that man. I'm just not. I'm minding my business. You know what I mean? I'm minding my business. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? The most I might say is, all right now, man. I might say that. Might. That's a very might. Very small might. Rather than that, I'm not getting involved in that. You know what I mean? I don't work the hard way not to get involved in that. I'm cool. Do you, boo? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do you, man. I'm not getting involved in that type of stuff, man. So I understand why Princess K did what she did. And I like how she did kind of like, you know what I mean, set her piece in a sense and kind of stepped away from everything. I do like how she did that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not getting involved in that type of stuff, man. I'm just not.
Okay.
Relationships with people. And plus, here's the thing, right? This is what I always tell people. You never know in that relationship if the partner likes that type of stuff, right? They partner may be down for that. Hell, they partner may be the one to introduce them to do all that kind of crazy stuff. You don't never know. You don't know. Because you don't live in a house with them. You're not spending time with them. You don't know what they into and what they're not into. You're just assuming. You know what I mean? You just
Yeah.
assuming, oh, this is right or wrong for me. So a lot of times, man, when it comes to relationships, just mind your business, man. I'm telling you, it will save you a lot of time, and it will save you a lot of time. I'm not even gonna say pain. I'm just saying it's gonna save you a lot of time. All right, it's gonna save you a lot of time. All right, I don't wasted many a weekends trying to fix something that ain't gonna be fixed or ain't gonna be resolved, and it's just gonna take two people figuring it out. I'm telling y'all, please, if you want to take any type of, I guess, I don't even want to say advice, any type of perspective that I have, please take that perspective from me. This is one thing that I feel like y'all should listen to me on, okay? I don't never stand on the hill on many things, but I'm definitely standing on this one. Don't get
Okay.
yourself involved in people's relationships. I'm telling you, it will never go well for you, all right? It never will. Because at the end of the day, they probably going to turn their back on you. You probably going to be left down the cold, all right? And you was like, I was trying to help. The best help you can do is keeping your mouth shut. That's the best help you can do. That's all I got to say about that. I'm done.
All right then. Well,
Y'all
anything
can,
else
y'all
you
can
would
beat
like?
me up if y'all want. I'm here. I don't care.
Anything else you would like to add concerning the whole conversation about
Nah,
how
that was
women
it.
treat?
That was it. I
Okay.
mean, as far as how women treat each other, I mean, like y'all women, man, y'all gotta figure it out. Y'all operate on a whole different spectrum that we operate on. Y'all operate on estrogen. You know what I'm saying? So we operate on testosterone. So our minds, our chemistry, and all that is way different. So like when y'all be saying things about how things should be as a woman, a lot of times I just sit and listen. You know what I'm saying? Now the only time I may have an opposing view is when y'all talking about like things when it comes to like men and
No,
things of
you
that
don't.
nature. No, I do. When it comes to men or like what kind of how you think that men should move or how what kind of man that you think you should have or whatever based on who you are, then yeah, that I may have a perspective on. But as far as holding each other accountable and things of that nature, like y'all gonna know how to do that, especially because y'all more mature than like the regular average woman. Like y'all have perspective. You know what I mean? But as far as like anything else, like yeah, I think because y'all to me y'all real women. So real women, you're gonna have a level of understanding because you have experience. You've been through some things. Now, for a younger woman or more, a woman who just became a woman or she just kind of got in her womanhood, she's not gonna handle things like that. She's gonna be less mature. Just like a man who just kind of get into his manhood, he's gonna be less mature. You know what I mean? He's gonna be making a lot of mistakes. He's gonna be doing a lot of stupid stuff that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? and his accountability ratio or the things that he says or the things that he does is going to be different than what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is going to be based on perspective, experience, and things of that nature. So yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thank you. So I want to share this last few pieces, and then we're going to wrap up. Um, this is also comes from the same article about why women betray each other. Um, Most of us, not all, have not been raised to honor our female friendships above all else. We have been conditioned to put our men first, to see other women as competition, not allies, and to feel unworthy and desperate about our own lovability. Now, I can't speak for every other culture, every other woman. I can speak a little bit about Black women. We haven't been taught as much as we probably should or need how to love ourselves inside and out unconditionally. That no matter what we look like, our hair, especially our hair, we are beautiful, we are gorgeous, we are worthy, we are capable. Um, there's so much division within the Black community. One major one is skin tone. You know, and I don't want to get too deep in that because I want it to be a whole nother topic. But until we get rid of those barriers, labels, hindrances that society is trying to put upon us, and I'm sure within other ethnicities, there are some things that they deal with that is specific to them. I'm not that ethnicity, so I can't speak on that. Um, until we figure out who we are and know that we're worthy to be loved, we're always going to have some conflict there, some issues getting along. Um, we're not really taught how to depend and lean on each other. Now, we can look at the African culture and look at how they operate. We can even look at a pride of lions, especially the female lions. They're the ones that stick together all day with the babies, and it doesn't matter if there's that one whose cub is who. All the ladies take care of all the cubs, and all the babies, and they go hunting and get the food. And I guess the king, he's out there roaming the jungle. I don't know what he's doing all day, but anyway, I mean, this is Animal Kingdom. This is how it works, and there are many other animal groups where the females take the lead in getting the work done, or just taking care of the family unit. So anyway, we got to start breaking down, tearing down all that negative mess, and really figure out how we can work together and be better together. If my sister has some trauma, some hurt, some something, I need to be there to help her, lift her up versus, girl, get over it. When you gonna get over that? That's not what she needs or desires in that moment. She needs someone to be there and help support her, hold her hand until she gets her strength back to run at full speed on her own. Anyway, I'm gonna stop preaching in a minute. Give me a minute. um, so, if we want to survive and thrive as women, we have to respect and honor each other enough not to hurt and betray one another. For many of us, the solution is about choices of friends and making careful decisions about the women we align ourselves with. That's one of the key elements. Be mindful who you allow into your life, your children's life. Be mindful and cautious about who you allow to pour into your life. Because negativity can spread like a weed. One or two seeds are planted, boom. You ever seen? Okay, I'm not gonna assume because y'all live in the city. I haven't seen this, but like greens, mustard, collards, any kind of green leafy vegetable. Have you ever seen the seeds for those vegetables?
Um, no. If I
There's
have, I was really young. I grew up in the Midwest, but I left to California when I was 7.
oh, okay. So the seed. Let's just take turnip greens for example, or mustard greens. Their seeds are so tiny, like a pinhead. They're tiny. But have you ever seen a patch of greens growing? So imagine how if we allow those little tiny seeds of negativity get planted within us, how wild it would grow when we don't keep it in check, when we don't eradicate what's toxic, what's a hindrance. Um, and then imagine if more positive seeds were sown. How much more of an impact can we make around the world? I know everyone has their own personality. That's a given. However, when we know who we are and we're confident in us, we can then link up with other women and make some things happen. And I know the men don't like this term, but we can boss up, okay, and make some things happen. All right, so that's my spiel. Queen, would you like to have some final words, some wrap up, something?
I was gonna say, I want to shout out all those families that adopted me throughout my college years. They paid my rent, paid deposits for me to move in apartments. They
Wow.
offered me cars. They bought me groceries. They did my laundry. They took care of me. And I just want to say, Queen loves you forever. You know who you are. I even have one of the kids who's now a grown man come and work on my car. He was like, "Oh, anything for you, Queen." I said, "Can I get you some?" He said, "No, I don't want no money from you." So I said, "Okay, I got to do something for you." So I bought him something, a little something. But yeah, I just want to shout out all those families because without you, the Queen would not be here.
That's right. Somewhere along the road, we all have, and sometimes we have people that are looking out for us, but they never really make themselves known. They give things to other people to give to us, um, and we have no clue. So, want to shout out to those people, our unknown angels right here on earth that
Yeah.
always are
QB,
looking
I
out
had
for
I
us.
had one write me a blank check and told me to fill out whatever number I wanted. And then when I filled out a number, they came to me the next week when I was helping the pregnant because the wife had they had an autistic kid and she was pregnant, and so I was over there doing laundry, helping to clean, and when I went back over there, the husband says, "Yeah, I know you skimped yourself," and I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Yeah, that number you wrote in there." He said, "We got something for you though here," and they gave me 4 times what I wrote. I was like, "Okay, you need a nanny? Shoot."
That's what's up. That is what's up. So God bless that family right there. So that is amazing. So when we are faithful to little things, God or whatever religion you practice, whoever you believe in, I feel they will open the doors of opportunity for you to be blessed even greater. So that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. Princess Casey, sorry I had to get off to handle some business, but I'm listening in, y'all. Alrighty. We're about to wrap it up. So I was going to ask, as a courtesy, Mr. Intellectual came up, Mr. M3. Would you like to come up and say your words like we're the benediction part of the program? Anybody's ever been to a black church, you already know. It's like this order of service. Oh, God. Is he still in the. So, Mr. M3, do you want to come in and say a few words during our testimony service? You got to keep it short, though.
I think he is in the background just chilling tonight.
Okay. Well, I appreciate salute to him. Thank you so very much. All right. So, Mrs. M3, do you have any final words that you would like to leave us with?
Oh, I just want to say I appreciate so much that you come on and you give your time, dedicate your time to the Ladies Night stream. Thank you so much, Miss QB. Thank you
Uh,
all for just the questions and um, leading in a direction and what you sipping on. Kind of just this chill vibe that helps us to enjoy the weekend. I appreciate that. And there's just so many personalities and the joy of being able to be on a panel that supports each other. This I appreciate. Queen, Mr.
yeah.
Lecture Soapbox, the ladies that we miss, Miss Lady Tammy, Jessica, um, Queen Dom. Who else? There's been so many, but we appreciate their perspective. We know the guys have the channel all the time. And so
Yeah.
we do appreciate when the guys allow the ladies to come on and share our
Okay.
perspective. And we do appreciate when they also chime in at the end. So thank you all. We appreciate you. Chat land. I'll be back in a couple of days. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for getting those likes up. We love y'all. Good night.
Thank you. I appreciate you all. You ladies have given me energy. I look forward to this night 'cause I get to get all gussied up. Because the rest of the week I'm looking like, don't bother me because I'm in creative work mode. Like hair is not, is dry and pushed back and yeah, whatever. No matching clothes on. So yeah, so I look forward to these nights. So I just thank you all for giving me your energy. Um, and just you keep me going. Me and Queen fell into each other the first time I met her. I'm like, okay, yeah. And Mrs. For you've been absolutely kind. And it's not meant to share all the things we talk about behind the scenes, but I just want to just publicly thank you for everything. So and all the ladies who joined us in the chat. Princess K has become another bestie in and off the internet. So thank you so much. And the fellas, can't leave out our fellas. We give y'all a hard time. I give you a hard time on purpose because I got time today, you know. No, but thank you all so much, and this is gonna do it for Knowledge and Relationship Ladies Night. So we sipping on our water. Put on the extra. What you sipping on, girl?
Ice, a sun like a tea lemonade, Arnold Palmer.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we all sipping and relaxing, and so I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday night, no matter what time zone you're in. And this has been Ladies Night Sip and Chat. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
DJ.